Hey everybody, so I got a new hydroponic farm to show you today. Now I have tried a lot of different hydroponic farms. So far, every single one has been great. Let's go ahead and open this one up, set it up, and we will give this one a try. All right, so inside the box, you do get your instruction manual. Looks like we got some little stickers, might be for like the pods. All right, and then inside usually is where you're gonna find all your other stuff, but here's our cord. That'll hook up to the light. All right, so we got our little baskets. We also got our little caps and domes. We got our little sponges, and this one uses a pretty small sponge. Here's our attachment for the light. And I'm thinking this is going to be for the water level. We also get our plant food. You got an A and a B. Usually these will last for about a month and a half, 2 months or so, depending on how much you need to use. All right, so like several of them that I have tried, this one does not come with seeds, so you will have to have your own seeds. Let me go ahead and get everything opened up and ready, and then I will finish setting this up and just show you how it works. All right, so let's go ahead and get this thing to put together. Now also, this one does have a little hole at the bottom for draining, so you can open that up and then drain it from the bottom. It will tell you that the power usage is 23 watts for this thing, and the water tank capacity is 4.2 liters. Also with the plant food, you're going to do 5 milliliters per liter of water. All right, so one thing that I do find kind of cool is that this does have a little water gauge. So this will actually let you know how much water is in here. Stick our light fixture in here. Have the little knob on the outside, that way you can tighten it and loosen it. And then I'll put the light on last, that way we can see this a little better. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to get all our baskets in place. So you can put all these in. There you go. Now the baskets themselves, these are reusable. The sponges are not. So if you want to use these again later on, you'll have to get new sponges. Now let's go ahead and drop a sponge in each one. Now you also have the option, if you don't want a plant, let's say right here, you can just put one of those little caps on. So if you want to do like every other, you can do that. Depending on the plants that you're going to grow, they might need a little more space. So just keep that in mind. And then you do have a gray one, which will go over the water port. Now for me, I'm using this Nature's Edge. I've used this in my other hydroponic recently, and it worked really well. I had a 100% growth rate, so I'm going to use it again for this one. This is also an heirloom variety. So for this one, I'm going to do a bit more savory, thyme, chamomile, and some sage. I've done a lot of the other herbs in my other gardens, so something a little different. Now what you'll need to do is put 2 to 3 seeds per pod. So for like the sage, I'm going to do 1 pod. Now we're going to do some savory. Now these seeds are tiny, so I'm going to go ahead and use these little tweezers. All right, so once we get our seeds in, you do have these name and date tags that you can put on here, these stickers. I'm not going to use them, I never do. Now all the other ones that I've done, they didn't come with something like this, but we'll go ahead and use it. So with these, you just put them over the dome. This is supposed to help with the growth, and it's also supposed to help with like mold and stuff. Now I've never used anything like this, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to do a couple of them, and I'm going to see if it makes much of a difference. All right, after that we need to get it filled with water, and then we're going to use the plant food. As you can see with the water rising, it just rises with it, and then this little tube will let you know how much is in it, and this one is 4 liters max. Next we need to put our domes on everyone. Now the plant food, you need to do 5 milliliters of each one per liter of water. So we're going to do 4 capfuls for this. All right, so once we have all that done, we can go ahead and put our light on. Here you're going to see that there's going to be power, pump, vegetable, and flower. All right, there we go. So with everything else set up now, as you can see, the light is pretty bright. Now there's going to be 2 different lights, like I showed you, the vegetable and the flower. Right now it's on the vegetable, and if you hit the flower one, I don't know if the camera really picked it up, it just changed the color of the light. The pump is really quiet on this one. So as your plants grow, you will want to raise this up. Now I do wish that the wires were designed a little bit differently. I would have liked the wires to go up through the tube. That way we don't have them unsightly and everything. I know some of the other systems, they do that, and I did a Power Connect type one recently. Anyway, I'll go ahead and set this up somewhere, and in about a month or so, just like all my other ones, I'll come back and I'll do an update just to show how well it worked. Also, we'll see if there's a difference between using those little sticker dome things and not using them. Alright, so I ended up getting sick before I ever got around to finishing this video, so I'm going to be doing the update in the original video. It has been pretty darn near a month now, and over here we got the thyme, the basil and stuff. These are pretty slow growing. We also got tarragon, but overall it has worked great. Now I did mention the sticker things, and to me it actually looks like the ones where I didn't do the stickers grew a little bit better. Now personally, one of the features that I really like about this one though is just this, just letting you know how much water is in there, because I do forget about these often if it doesn't alert me. I do have one that will beep at me if it gets low, but a lot of the farms that I've done, they don't have any kind of really indicator, and you got to check them periodically. But this one will let you know how many liters are in there at all times, and this will hold up to a gallon, 4 liters at a time. Anyway, this one is a lot more simplistic compared to some of the others that I've used, but I actually like it because it is simplistic. Anyway, if you're looking for a decent little hydroponic farm, doesn't have a whole lot of the extra frills and everything, there's only a couple buttons for your lights, definitely give this one a try. This one works pretty well. I really like it.